Okay. I think I might get away with it, you know. I wasn't going to have the light on. It's reasonably light, but I can't really... Yeah, whatever. Right, so... yeah. What I have decided... So my phone's not doing too badly now. I seem to have fixed the full storage problem, because I've done loads of videos for it since. And it hasn't come up again, so... We're good on that front. I have decided though, I am not going to... I always do this. I've done this my whole life. I set ridiculously unrealistic goals. I mean, to put on 25 kilos in a bulk is fucking mental. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe I ever thought I was going to... I mean, over 2 years or so, then yeah, maybe it's possible, but... I don't see the point in it. Now, what I need to do is so my new goal is I'm going to reach 120. That's my new goal. We're gonna try and hit 120 by April, a few months, 4 months or so. And then once we've hit 120, we're gonna go for the ultimate cut. The biggest cut anyone's ever done. I'm not talking in terms of weight. I'm talking in terms of rippedness. You guys don't understand how ripped I get. It's actually mental. I've always had a very low body fat percentage up top anyway. So, and mate, when I wasn't even trying, I used to have an 8-pack. Now I'm going to try. I actually think my cut is going to be insane. It's the transformation will be massive. But I do think that I'm going to lose quite a hell of a lot of muscle. I think, well, the thing is, I'm tall and skinny. I'm pretty tall. I mean, I'm not that skinny, but I've got a bit of muscle on me. But with that type of body type, you need a lot of muscle to not look lanky and skinny. So if I get up to 120 kilos and then cut and lose, I don't know, I have no idea, I'm guessing about 10 kilos, then we'll be down to like 110, which I'd actually lean, like super lean. I'd actually be really pleased with that. That's not bad. If I'm able to do that, I would be, because my ultimate goal is to be on stage at some point, obviously not for my first show, is to be on stage at 300 pounds lean. So I need to be about 130 kilos lean. So if I manage to get to 110, drop down after that cut, and I cut down and I'm absolutely peeled at 110 kilos, that's my benchmark. So I'm 110 kilos of solid fucking muscle. That'll be a nice benchmark. And if I'm able to do that, I genuinely think that I could probably meet that 130 kilos in the next few years. Lean as well. I actually think I could do that. Won't be easy. And it's going to be an absolute grind, but that's what we love to do. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah. Where are we at with the scales wise? We're just hovering around 110. Since that illness and since work's been a bit difficult, I mean, obviously I'm still training, I'm still eating, but a couple days I've missed my macros on a couple days, and I've not slept that well a few nights. My hydration's a little bit low. I'm putting it down to the time of fucking year and all the shit that's gone on around this time, to be honest. Because I'm good all year round. It's just I need to get back into a good routine. I've changed my routine so that I can add in an extra meal instead of, and also I've basically almost completely cut out protein shakes. So I'll do a separate video on that, because protein shakes are good, but I've since realised that once you get to a certain level and a certain size, you can't substitute food for protein shakes. Well, you shouldn't be substituting it anyway, but if your body needs 200 grams of protein, you need to eat 200 grams of solid food protein. It's the best way for you to put weight and gains on. I'm sorry, but this is, well, it's a personal experience thing, that, because I've gone through it now. But we'll see how this section goes. I'm only really having like one shake a day. Like when I wake up early in the morning, I'm not hungry, so I just have a quick shake. Whereas before, I was having massive 2,000 calorie shakes like once a day, and then a 1,000 calorie shake in the evening, and like it's just too much. I don't think it's optimal. So I'm trying to change everything round, and to do that slowly, I'm having to get used to eating a lot more food, which is not easy. So today, but anyway, that'll be a separate video. Today, we are hitting chest and shoulders, shoulder focus to begin with. So we'll start with shoulders, and yeah, we'll start with my new favorite, the seated barbell press. I fucking love it. It's nice. I used to do it all the time. Then I started doing standing, because, like a military press, because I just thought the more of your body that you're using, surely that's better for everything. The more body you're using, the more muscles you're working. So how can that be worse? But it starts to bugger my back up and stuff like that, and I'm more about isolation now. So yeah, seated is the way forward, and that's what we're gonna hit. Let's do it. So for the second time doing this is what happens when you start with or you try doing these with a new app. Anyway, so yeah, these, I mean, I did a little video about, well, not a video, but a little before and after type thing on Instagram, about how a year ago I was able to get 4 of these standing with like a bounce, so using my legs as well. And now, a year later, I mean, I could get 14 sets out of that. 14 reps, sorry, which is absolute massive in comparison. That's 10 more reps. That's a big jump in a year. I love that exercise. It's beautiful. Onto these. I got a bit bored of these. I don't do them much anymore. I've started doing dumbbell side raises again. They're good, but I just get a little bit bored doing the same thing every single time. And if I'm perfectly honest, I feel like my technique is better with the dumbbells. So yeah, we'll probably stick with those for a little bit. Straight into some rear face pulls. These, you can't go wrong with these. As long as you do the right grip. I've seen loads of people doing a grip holding the rope like you're going to stab someone with it. You want your hands over, so you want to have your fingers pointing towards the machine. That's definitely the better way for rear delts. For traps, the other way, yeah, maybe a better idea, but for rear delts, it's definitely the way forward with these ones. I credit all my rear delts to this exercise, and you can go heavy. You don't have to go super light and do a million reps. Just treat it like any other exercise. You can progressively overload this one. It's a good exercise. Moving on to some incline. A few weeks ago we had started, when I go from shoulders to chest, I'm seriously weak. So, I mean, we were only doing 80 kilos here, but they're really slow and controlled, proper good reps, mind-muscle connection here. We have since moved up to 90 because 80 was starting to get a little bit too light. People are going to say, oh, you don't touch your chest. But to be honest, where I have my arms, my palms now, my hands on the bar, it's reasonably close. So I'm actually... It's not as easy as you think just to drop it down a lot lower. I don't think I've built that part of my chest as well as I can, and it's tight. I can't pull it down much more than that without almost feeling pain. and I learnt from that mistake before. Straight over to some flies. I love these, they're great. I'm definitely seeing a difference in the technique as well, not being a tree hugger in this part of the motion. When you're flexing now, instead of like doing an action like you're hugging a tree, you want to do an action like you're trying to bring your elbows to meet in the middle. I've definitely seen a difference from that. Can't go as heavy, but who cares about that? It's about building muscle.